What's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Scrubs Allowed podcast. We are trying something a little different, so hopefully it all works out for you. Seal, how are you doing, buddy?
Doing great, bro. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. By the way, the thing that we're adding different, if you are for the first time and you haven't heard us talking about it, Zoom sucks now, and it only lets you record for 40 minutes if you are cheap like us. So we are either going to be trying to find some sponsors that'll actually pay for us to get a Zoom, or we're going to be using Teams for tonight at least and see what happens. But another change that happened, at least for this week, I don't know if it's going to stay up there, but I have an addition to my wall. It's kind of small, so I don't know if you guys can see what it is.
I
Um,
can't see. I literally can't see any part of your screen in this.
oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
that sucks because it is the Vin Scully
Oh,
patch that the Dodgers are wearing on their jersey this year for Vin Scully. So I got one
that's awesome.
for myself, but I'm not going to iron it on my jersey. I'm going to just have it up somewhere probably. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. But that's an addition that I have. I'm excited. I have not made it to a Dodgers game yet, but we'll talk a little bit about Walker Buehler later. But we did hit 80 wins, which is just fucking exciting. So, but how's your week been going?
It's been going okay. Um, Actually, it's been pretty fucking hectic. Not gonna lie. Saturday or Sunday, I believe Saturday, I fell through the patio at work
Mm.
and messed my already messed up body up a little bit more. And then yesterday, I had to take old June butt to the doctors and overnight stay there at the pediatrician's place at the old hospitals. And but he's doing good. He's happy. He's been a dinosaur for the last 5 hours, so he
Nice.
seems like he's getting back there. Just smashed a whole bag of Cheetos. I need to not lean back. This is gonna suck so bad for
It's
this
gonna break
episode.
or something?
No, no, no. Just the optics right now of
Oh
having
yeah.
literally just this much. Like I'm back to ground zero right now. But yeah, nah. It's been a challenging week, for sure. But I will survive. And
Well,
it's awesome.
I
At
mean,
least I don't have cords and headphones and stuff right now,
yeah.
so this is pretty cool.
Yeah, Seal's running cordless. The sounds fine. So, this week was left without games for us because we talked about it last week. Seals didn't go as well as we had hoped. But my playoff game is tomorrow.
Thanks.
Today, if you guys are listening to this on the main page. So, I talked about how excited I am that the playoffs are there. But now
Oh,
they're officially here, and
you will be exciting, my friend.
we have a full squad. So I'm excited. No excuses. I haven't made an excuse the entire time, but if I was going to make one, it was our cardio, and I've said that many times. So this is the chance to say like, hey, it's not the cardio. I
But
already got a
even
big
then,
guy signed up for, or not signed up, but interested in next season as well, which will be huge.
is that buddy we talked about?
No, no, he lives in Washington
Uh,
D.C. now. If it was him,
oh
we'd
yeah,
be
you told me
rolling.
that. You did tell me that. But but no, you guys really should be excited. I still feel like even though you guys are gonna have a full squad, y'all should preach slowing down the pace. Like even
Oh, for sure.
when you guys do come close, it's not like you guys are coming close in 70 to 68 games. Like it's still fairly low scoring, so slowing down the pace takes possessions away from them, which inevitably comes out into y'all's favor. So if you can do that against the number 2 seed, and like you already talked about, you guys like are pretty damn good skill wise, cardio wise. You're not that good for y'all's league. So if you can kind of take that and put that to your side and slow it down, the way you played the last time you were out on that court, and having a full squad, you guys definitely should have a real solid chance of getting through these guys.
What I told the team, so we're gonna have a full squad, which a full squad for us means seven, so two subs.
That's what
We
we
have
had.
we have two guys that can go the full game with no problem. So that's essentially five guys for three spots, which is nice. So what I mentioned to the chat, nobody's talked back yet. I think one guy thumbs upped it. But I told them let's run our fucking asses off. Run it, not what you said, slow it down for like 5 minutes. Let's try to get up like 6 to 8 points after 5 minutes, sub in the two fresh legs, and then drop it down. Just drop the pace down because we can jump them right off rip and get get them off guard because we are skill-wise better. We've proven in the first halves before that we can jump ahead of people. So I think we need to try to push while we're at our best and then drop that pace down. And it should be easy with no shot clock to just always take an open shot. If you don't have an open shot, don't take it. It's that easy, but we end up getting rushed because we get down, and I think it would be easier for us to slow it down if we have the lead. Now, obviously, if that plan backfires and we don't have the lead early, then we have to go from there. But I'm hoping that we can. I want them to start in man. I told them let's start in man. Let's rush everybody. Let's pick them up at half court. Let's force them to dribble. Let's force them to do shit, and then call a timeout, get the guys out, and slow it down. So we'll see what happens. But
That'll be awesome.
I'm excited for it. So we have a few things to talk about. Just little quick things. The NBA has a new schedule. The WNBA has the playoffs starting. And then we'll get to baseball because baseball is boring. We want to leave it toward the end. But let's start with what's actually happening. The WNBA is happening, and Phoenix made the playoffs for the 10th straight year. It was a little dicey, my friend. We were not great. And then when we were going to make the push to, well, obviously everybody knows we started the season without Brittany Griner. We did not have Brittany Griner, obviously, the whole year for obvious reasons that we don't get political about, but we know why she's not playing. But we were going to make a stretch run. We had won like 3 in a row. Diana Taurasi goes down injured. The next game, Skylar Diggins-Smith leaves for personal reasons. And I was like, well, we're not going to make the playoffs. And then without Taurasi and without Skylar, we won back-to-back games and we made it in the playoffs by the skin of our teeth. So the team has heart. We got this girl that just can hit threes left and right. It's just amazing to watch. And she had to basically be the MVP without Sky. So it was awesome to see them play the last couple games. So we're playing against the Aces, which sucks because I love Becky Hammon and I want her to win a championship in her first year. That would be amazing. But not if it means going through us. So right now, I hope Phoenix wins. If we drop it, then I'm going for Las Vegas and Becky Hammon. But it's exciting to watch, man. I realized a few years back, I never liked WNBA growing up, or not growing up, because I don't even think it was really around. It was just Candace Parker and Lisa Leslie doing stuff. But even into college, I didn't really like it that much. But then I started to realize as I became an adult that it's just a different sport. I was watching WNBA as if it were NBA, and it's just not. When you can realize that the WNBA is different and you see how they play differently and you can just think about it, like they're obviously talented and it's a really fun game to watch. You just can't watch it. That would be like watching Formula One and saying, well, it's not NASCAR, it sucks. It's like, no, it's not NASCAR, it's not supposed to be. So now I really enjoy watching it, actually.
Yeah, it's nice. No offense, it reminds you a lot of like you appreciate that old man type of game as an NBA fan. If you do, that's literally it's all about fundamentals. It's all about footwork. It's all about getting to the basket the right way. And like you say, you come to appreciate it the older you get because it is like it's nice, fun basketball, and it's amazing to see what these ladies are able to do. And we both like know like the work it takes to put in and to keep that shit every day. And every year it seems like you have these ladies that come into the league and just start dominating. So I do feel like there's all this recent publicity about the I forget who they compared contract for 1 year.
LeBron. It was LeBron.
They did.
He makes more than the entire roster of the WNBA.
Yeah, who just signed a 2-year, pretty much $100 million extension.
Yeah.
So I can see how they're pissed. But again, that's LeBron fucking James. Like, go compare it to who's somebody who's been in the league. Go compare it to the younger Antetokounmpo, and he'll probably be right on average with some of the basic WNBA players.
And they should honestly divide it into games. The WNBA plays like 31 games or 35 games or something like that. It's less than half the season per minute. Yes, the NBA still gets paid more, but per minute, it's a lot closer than just looking at baseline shit. So,
but no, we appreciate the sport. We're not one of those people who bash it. And it's like you talk about this fight. They were up for a minute in that first quarter, and they're still fighting. They're trying to keep it within double digits to finish the half off. But yeah, it's going to be exciting for them. And what's up with the playoffs in the WNBA? Like first round, is it 3, 5, 7?
It's 3 the first round. But they
Uh,
do it weird. So it's back-to-back games in Las Vegas, and if it goes to a third game, it goes to Phoenix. So the home
ooh,
team gets two, or the top seed gets back-to-back home games. But then if you just steal one, you get to close out at your home,
that's
which
pretty
is pretty
nice.
crazy. But
That's cool.
so we just need to take one, and then it's 5 after that, I believe. So
That's pretty cool. I like that.
yeah. That'd be super cool to be able to head to Phoenix with a chance to close it out. I hate it in baseball. I hate the 3-game series in baseball, but when you're the underdog, you love the 3-game series. So right now, I love it because we
Hell
just got to
yeah.
take one. But yeah, so that's exciting. That started today, and then the NBA today as well released their regular season schedule because they can't let the WNBA steal their thunder, right? They have to have something come out too. But before we get to the schedule and talk about games, let's talk about what you just briefly mentioned. LeBron signed a 2-year deal. It's
I
got all
mentioned
kinds of
it. Who cares?
crazy topics. What I did want to talk about is, of course, the timeline works perfectly with Bronny James. Um, now, I've been watching Bronny James play because for some reason ESPN Plus wants to put all his games on there,
Yeah.
especially out here in California, and he's not that good. He's he's fine.
Yeah.
He's not NBA quality. Bryce might be. Bryce is looking nice already,
Bryce.
dude. But Bronny's not that great.
Nah, Bronny's not that dude. It's unfortunate, but I mean it that seems to be the case with these big name guys, right? I mean,
Yeah.
even Shaq's kid and Scottie Pippen's kid, they're sitting. Are they both in the G League, or I think Pippen Jr. got a two-way contract,
He got it too, eh?
but that's still going to end up being what, like a 10 game max up, being
Right.
called up, with those kind of contracts. And I mean, shit like that seems to happen. It's one of those things where it's God given abilities, and we see all the time. And not most of the time, these kids are cut from the same cloth. Even Bull
Yeah.
is literally cut from the same cloth, just doesn't have that God given ability that his
Right.
dad had on the court. And it just seems to be that way. And I mean, we'll see if Bryce is able to switch it up. But the cool thing is, for Bronny, at least one, he's a junior, so he
Right.
made his whole thing Bronny. I can appreciate that. So he's gonna go after his own name and all that stuff and try to get away from being LeBron's son. For the
Right.
fact that LeBron's gonna get him a little bit of money and a little bit of time in the league that a lot of these other parents weren't able to do. So
Yeah.
I like it in that aspect, but at the end of the day, I fucking hate the fact that we're guaranteed another at least 2 or 3 years, because I think what Bryce is only a year, 2 years behind.
Bryce
He's
just hit his
15 right now.
freshman, yeah.
Oh, whew, so he might be retired by then, because that would be a very annoying 42-year-old LeBron James.
But yeah, Bryce just hit his growth spurt, and I think he's 6'6" now. Bronny is like
Did
6'2" or something, but it's
have you seen
nuts.
the video going around of like January 2021 of them two like doing
Yeah, doing a
the
TikTok or
videos,
whatever, and they were
and he's like
little, or he was like a
5'7",
little, yeah,
he's
kind
like
of
five
chubby.
six,
Not chubby, but you could just tell he hadn't hit his growth spurt yet, so he's kind of
yeah,
like
5'6",
awkward.
5'7", and now he's
Yeah,
6'6". A
yeah,
year and a half later, that's literally what happened to me. But I was 16, 17. Actually, yeah, he's 15, so yeah,
yeah,
I was 16, 17, but I was 5'4", and within like 8, 10 months, I was 6 foot. So
yeah.
yeah, it definitely can happen like that. But
But
yeah,
he
I
looks
wouldn't
like
have.
he can already play with that body, which is crazy. There's other videos going around of them like doing like warm-ups and dunks and
Yeah,
shots and stuff, and he looks like he's not super awkward for being newly tall.
yeah, yeah, and that's one of the things. Even these people who you see come in only having a year or two experience, like their footwork, even you see Taco, like his footwork
Yeah.
still to this day is very unpolished. And this kid's been doing this with this build for about 7 months,
Yeah.
and he's very crisp with it
Right.
already. And I mean, the little bit that we've seen, I think I've
Right.
literally seen like 15 minutes of tape
Yeah.
from the kid, but holy shit, he seems to really be the James that could actually extend a career in the league and be more than just a 2-year contract to get your pops in the building.
We'll see. I mean, we don't like LeBron, obviously, but it's not like it's unprecedented. The Antetokounmpos have 4 guys in the NBA for a reason,
Yeah.
because only one dude's a superstar. It's not often that you get this Steph and Seth level where they're actually both really good starting NBA players. Even Taylor Griffin got to play for a couple years, so
Yeah.
it happens all the time, but just sucks that LeBron's gonna try to extend out his career as much as possible, but
And even like the way Bronny plays, like if he stays 6'3", 6'4", he's gonna have to switch up his whole style of
yeah,
play if he wants to play in the NBA because he's not that he there's no way it's everybody's just too long, too lengthy. He doesn't seem like he has that reach, that length, and all that stuff. Like he looks like he's a very compact
he
6'3".
plays like a Donovan Mitchell kind of game, but maybe he can do what Donovan does. You never know, but he doesn't seem to be a shooter. He has that ugly ass LeBron shot too. Bryce has a
Excuse me,
smoother
sorry.
shot than
I'm trying to lean away.
I know, like I've been
Sorry.
doing. Bryce has a smoother looking shot than Bronny and LeBron do, but I
Yeah.
mean, if they hit it, it doesn't matter. Shawn Marion had the ugliest shot in the league, so
Hey,
that
that's my
doesn't
shot.
matter.
That's what mine looks like. But
Mine's like that Leandro Barbosa Shawn Marion mix.
yeah.
I don't go as low as Shawn Marion did. Mine's more like Leandro Barbosa, where I like have it, but I don't shoot it. I shoot it out.
Yeah, same.
But I'm trying to get some more arc under it now because it's fucked up. But
Sure. Yeah, mine's there unless I'm playing in a game, it seems like. I'm either going 1 for 1, 3 for 5, or 0 for 5. That's literally every single game I played.
well, I restructured my shot thinking like I had plenty of time, and I thought it would come quickly. It did not. I can revert back to my old shot and shoot pretty good, and I usually do that in the game. But it's like, why would I get better at something that's not perfect? Why don't I start from scratch with something that can be perfect? So I'm trying that, but so far I can shoot it about 13 feet pretty consistently. I can hit, I would say, above 70% inside like 13 feet, and then it drops down to like 40% outside, which is fine, but not for shoot around. Like shoot around, shooting 40% and shoot around means you suck. Like
Yeah.
get to the drawing board. So that's fine. But moving on from that, the NBA did, as I said, release their schedule, and they released Christmas Day first. So I guess we'll start there as well. It's the same shit as always on Christmas Day. Luckily, that means that we get to play because we are expected to be good. But it's just the same shit. It starts with the Bucks and the Celtics. No, it actually starts with a New York. Why does New York always get to play on Christmas Day?
Because it's the Knicks.
But like, who do they even play? I forget. But they start with the game, I think, and then it goes. That one's probably not even going to be on fucking TV because it's going to be played the same time as like Philly and Milwaukee or whoever it is. Of course, as you can tell, I don't have my Christmas Day schedule up, but
I can't even fucking find it.
so the 76ers are who play the New York Knicks, but at the same time the Bucks play the Celtics. So the Bucks and the Celtics are going to be the one that's on the ESPN, and the 76ers and the New York Knicks will be that NBA TV game that everybody ends up, or that they wanted to have, so they begged for it. But then it'll be the Lakers and the Mavericks, then Golden State and Memphis, and Phoenix and the Nuggets to close out the night. So a lot of great games, and like it's really going to be MVP night. I mean, you're going to have Embiid, you're going to have Antetokounmpo, you're going to have LeBron. Not that he can be an MVP anymore in my eyes. You're going to have Luka, you're going to have Steph, you're going to have Book, you're going to have Jokic. Which matchup are you the most excited about on that Christmas Day?
I don't care.
You don't care just because Cleveland doesn't play?
No. I'm kind of. I don't know why I feel so slighted for this, man, but and I don't even really give a fuck about it. They're going to end up being the best team in LA by far this season. But Wow, the Clippers are really getting slept on and really getting like forgotten
I
about.
mean,
It
they're not
seems
getting
like,
slept on by Vegas. They're the favorites in the West right now.
but I mean, as far as like the whole NBA hype, like there's
Yeah.
nothing coming out, and they got no love with this schedule as far as the NBA thinking in themselves that they're going to be a team to watch. So I'm not really. I mean, I was really wanting Kawhi because I feel like Kawhi is going to be the MVP this year. He's going to come out and go fucking
You
stupid.
can't win the MVP playing 50 games, bro. It's not it's there's a threshold they make you play. You think he's gonna fucking play 75
I,
games or whatever he
I
needs for the fucking?
yeah,
It's
I
not
think he's gonna.
75, but I think it's what,
I
57 or 67 or
I
something you
think
have to
that
play.
yeah, it's something to even be up for awards. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I think it's 57 because we went through it last year with LeBron, right
yeah,
near the end of the
yeah.
season. But yeah, that was my biggest thing. Like I don't even. That was when I kind of glazed over it. I was like, what the fuck? Like
I
they're not
think
getting any love. They're not getting any big coming out opening week big matchup. Like it's crazy. Like the Clippers are really getting slept on this year, and this is really their make or break year, right? Like they
yeah,
got a lot of pressure on them in every aspect. Ty Lue could see himself sitting as another short tenured coach until he goes back into another position coach type of role for another couple years until
right.
another team does it again. And it kind of sucks that Ty Lue's my guy. He got me this little banner back here. I appreciate him for it. But that's gonna suck, man. And they really haven't came out and built too much, right? And Kawhi's absence and Kawhi's injury, kind of filling it up with old vet players, not getting too much crazy acquisitions going. And so we'll see what happens there. But I really think we saw in Toronto, if he just has a little bit of help, he can do a whole shit ton when he is healthy and on the court. So, I mean, yeah, you could be right. He may be more concerned with getting a chip as a Clipper than getting an MVP as Kawhi. So I could be wrong, but I think he's going to come out this season and do fucking work. And for the NBA not have the Clippers on every fucking time they're playing is outlandish.
Well, I can tell you that the TVs out here do have the Clippers on every time they're playing because the Lakers get Sportsnet LA and then the Clippers get Fox Sports. So they are always on. And I used to have to watch them constantly until I got League Pass. And it used to suck. Now it wouldn't be that bad, but I have League Pass, so fuck it. Um, but yeah, I mean the Clippers are good, but you're not going to drop any of these teams except New York, and they're not going to drop New York for whatever reason. Maybe the Nuggets. Do you think it would be better to have the Suns versus the Clippers on that final game?
Absolutely.
Because that would be a better game. But then the two-time back-to-back MVP doesn't get to play on Christmas. That's crazy, you know. The defending champ has to play. The defending MVP has to play. LeBron has
Says
to
who?
play. Says the history of the game. That's how Christmas Day has always worked. Um,
I'd rather y'all play the Mavs.
the team that's expected to win. Well, we play the Mavs on opening day, and that's where we're about to get. But the team that's expected to win, that's why we're there. That's why Philly's there. That's why Boston is there. Boston and Milwaukee. So they just want these amazing matchups, and I do think that the Nuggets are not going to be as good as the Clippers. They're going to be down near that play-in like they have been. So I can see dropping them, but they always get that late game slot for some reason. Even though Denver's not even on the West Coast, they always
Yeah.
get that 11 o'clock slot.
And another thing to really touch on, how about Brooklyn? The NBA already deciding that they're not going to have anything to do with Kevin Durant or Kyrie in
Yeah,
this season.
they don't want to see him at all.
I mean,
Um,
they're giving them a fair start if they are coming out there in Brooklyn playing the Pelicans, which they already matched up pretty good with. I think that's the team that knocked
what
them
it
out of the playoffs.
they want to see if Zion and Ben Simmons play. Like, what
Yeah,
like
so
they're like,
but
let's just get it over with right off the bat because one of those two are not going to make it the whole season. So
yeah, and I think recently it was like on this day, KD forgot to switch to his burner account on Twitter. Remember that. But yeah, I'm excited for basketball. For what, 2 months away? Yeah,
yeah, dude.
two
Well,
months
let's
away.
talk.
So Preseason starts here soon. I'm ready for it. We come out against the Raptors, which is going to be a really good test for us and our length that we like to run with. So we'll see how that goes. I think Kevin Love's ready to come out and do what he did last year to almost get 6-man. Got robbed.
How come you think
Excited.
so? Obviously, these ESPN articles are kind of bullshit anyway. Nobody really cares. But with the opening week, all these headlines, how come Mobley versus Scotty Barnes is not a headline? Like, why is that? He lost Rookie of the Year to this scrub because he got injured, and that's why they made it the first game of the season, and ESPN didn't even acknowledge it.
Because I mean, we see it every year in the NBA. They don't make money on these second-year guys, right?
Yeah.
Lonzo Ball, he's like didn't get as much hype last year. You didn't like whenever he wasn't. What did he play? Like he only played like 60-something games. He only started like 40-something of them. You weren't hearing about that for his rookie year if he wouldn't have been starting in games. Oh, LaMelo Ball's
True.
not starting, but it's just they're all a team. They know they have a shit ton of guards on that team, so he does what he has to do. Like the NBA doesn't really care about these second year guys. It's weird. It really is weird. But most of the time they end up like Zion and kind of fall off for a little bit, or they're like Devin Booker and they're like, yeah, they're great and all that shit, but they won 13 games this year. So what do we like?
Yeah.
What do we cover about this? So I mean, yeah, they could start. That is something to point out and start on, and I'm sure they will whenever this like season starts rolling around. It's not on that night. This. Let's talk about this. The Knicks get fucking Christmas Day, and then they
Yeah.
get like the opening day, right? There's only 2 games the first night, and then the second night is really when it starts. 7:30 game on ESPN is fucking New York versus Memphis. Bro, that's stupid. There's Chicago versus Miami, which is going to be a game.
Right.
An absolute game. There's Orlando versus Detroit, which is like a game for literally the next 15 years of the NBA. In that squad, there's going to be 3 or 4 guys that could literally carry the NBA in that one game. Nope. Let's have the fucking Knicks versus the Grizzlies. You have the arguably Rookie of the Year robbed by the Rookie of the Year. Fuck that. Let's do New York Knicks, Jalen Brunson versus Ja Morant. That's cute. That's cute.
I'm telling you, every night they just want a throwaway game just to make sure, because I feel like at the end of the day, the NBA and like Adam Silver or whoever it is, not Adam Silver, he doesn't care, but the TV rights people go, did you give every team a fair shot, just like fucking youth sports? And they're gonna go, yeah, we gave the Knicks a couple of 4 o'clock slots that when people were still at work and they weren't ready to get into gear yet, but they were on TV, so whatever.
Yeah, and Memphis isn't East Coast, right? Are they? No, they're East Coast still.
Yeah, they're East.
All right.
They might be Central Time, but they're pretty much right there.
Yeah. It's preposterous. You got 2 teams that are actually in 7th. I think now Cleveland's Midwest. Cleveland's in the Central Time Zone. That's a 6:30 game. But still, that's still straight. I don't know. I don't care. It's still annoying.
I won't be watching. I'll be at work while they're on.
Still annoying. Because, I mean, to be honest, it's getting to the nitty-gritty. Ooh, 11-11. And I probably won't have that Game Pass edition of the NBA. So I'll be trying to freely watch these games.
If you drop me some cash, you can have my code, and then I'll just keep my regular NBA League Pass. But if you had the money, you'd just buy the game in the first place.
Exactly. Yeah, it's literally the best fucking deal that's ever been presented to a basketball fan. Like I get the game, I get League Pass for cheaper than it costs for a year, and I get 2K with 100,000 VC and all this stuff. The legendary, like I get the creme of the creme and the fucking $200. Like, sign me up 2 times.
Yeah, like, for sure.
If I was rich, that'd be my family's fucking half-year present. Like, here, everybody gets the fucking 2K and Game Pass.
Everybody has League Pass. We have like five League Pass accounts.
Yeah, like, could you imagine like the fucking New York family that just owns the pizza place, and they're really known and they make their money. He's like, hey Johnny, you play the 2K, hey, and watch the Knicks suck again, hey. That was horrible.
That was really bad, and I hope no Italians watch this because they will be very upset with you.
At least this is authentic. I did this right.
Clearly, Seal is not an Italian last name. So
No.
as we move on, let's talk real quick.
I'm sure there's some in there.
Right. Let's talk real quick about our matchup. It is a rematch. It is the Suns versus the Mavs. Obviously, we know what happened. The Suns should have won easily. We stole the ball from Luka at a dead ball. Luka gave us this smirk, and then he averaged like 45 points for the next 3 games.
And then he
sent
stole
us
your
home.
soul.
Yeah, and sent us home.
Soul.
So the rematch of that, we get to start it off right off rip 2 months from now. No, 2 months from now. October 19th. And I'm super excited because I think we are going to roll them. Listen, Luka is Luka. He's probably going to be the MVP favorite, at least by All-Star week. But they don't have Brunson. And as much as I think that New York deal for Brunson is absolutely stupid, they overpaid the fuck out of him. He took over in the playoffs, and he looked really good. And they're not going to have that. So they're going to be trying to restructure. They're going to be trying to figure out who's there to help Luka. And it's going to be a wrap. I think we're going to blow them out of the water. We're going to be so pissed. It's going to be really exciting to watch the league start up that way.
What is this?
What's going on?
I can't even tell you what y'all's roster is because the first name on here is DeAndre Ayton.
That is our roster.
He's still on the squad?
Yeah.
What?
We matched the offer sheet, dog. You know that.
I did not remember this. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, we matched the offer sheet. We have basically the exact same team as last year. We lost Crowder, I think, which is fine.
No, you still have Crowder's bitch ass.
Oh, well,
it says
would have been
here.
fine.
Damian Lee, that's nice. I like that. $2 million.
Yeah, we got Damian Lee, we keep coming off the bench, but he'll do his thing.
Okogie, that's
Josh Okogie or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Okogie.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like his name. I hope he does good. That's what's up.
Wow, trash.
This is a hell of a misprint. This guy's making $5,318.
Heyo. I'll work for $5,318.
I was just about to say, you give me $5,000 a year to be rostered in the NBA, I'll do it.
Yeah, but do you think he's making $5 million? He's not worth $5 million. He's still in his rookie year, isn't he? Or not year, but rookie deal.
Nah, he's 27. Well, it doesn't matter in the NBA, huh?
Well, he had to go through like the G League and shit, so I don't think his rookie year was until. Or did they not do a rookie that way? They don't do rookie deals out of the G League, I guess. They do just regular ass deals. Maybe he's making $5,000, bro. Don't put some respect on Ish Wainwright's name. I love Ish. He played in our summer league. I got to watch him. He was pretty awesome.
Sure. Not having Jalen Brunson is going to be huge for Dallas, and how Luka was able to be effective last year. Like, who the fuck are the Suns going to be worried about? So it's going to be a lot of trap.
The Clips. We'll be worried about the Clips.
No. I'm talking about.
On Dallas? Oh, yeah. We don't worry about shit on Dallas.
Like, he was just able to break you. Yeah, he was able to break you down. So the fact that you have to worry about nobody else on that team, you can literally play 4-on-5. You can come up with some triangle and double type shit,
right?
And run a 3-man linked zone. Just have your big guys have Bismack, Ayton, and Sarge. Ooh, whoop. Sorry, and then have fucking Mikal and Chris Paul just at the 2. Or sorry, you got to take Sarge on a book in, obviously. But just have Mikal and Chris Paul just chase that motherfucker around. Just chase him around and be like, hey, y'all have 12 fouls and 48 fucking minutes. Don't let this guy more than 20. And we win 10 out of 10 times. And that would be beautiful because who cares who else is on that team that's going to step up? Jalen Brunson was a huge factor in what you guys had to contend on defense. So Yeah.
Who is their other guy? Tim Hardaway Jr.? No, because he plays small forward, right?
No.
So who's going to be the other guard that's going to take Brunson's place when Luka's
I
not
was
being the one-man show?
gonna play. And shout out to my computer right now. Without having Zoom on it,
It's running?
it's
It's
actually
doing its thing?
hey, I'm able to pull this shit up fairly fast. I
Nice.
just went new tab, went roster, and in 3, 2, 1, bam, I got it. Reggie Bullock. Oh yeah, Dinwiddie. They did get Spencer
Oh,
Dinwiddie.
okay. I mean, that's something.
Yeah, and they do. I guess Hardaway Jr. did find his find his way back there. But yeah, and does Reggie Bullock do what he was able to do last season at 31? Doubt it. Dorian Finney-Smith. Doubt it. Go Gators.
He'll hit 3 threes, and that's about it. And he's
Yeah.
good for that.
They did get JaVale McGee from you guys though.
Yeah, but he's like Ayton's gonna go out there and go, you were willing to give up me for JaVale? Let's show the league what I'm about. I think
True.
Ayton's gonna be on a
Oh.
mission.
Christian Wood.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
Christian Wood.
That's actually pretty tough.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He won't be ready to go yet though.
You see now you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's gonna be good though. But no, like when
That
you look
actually,
at
yeah, that makes it more hyped up.
when you just look at the Suns though, for a full year,
See,
we didn't really lose anyone, and we should be the top seed again. I know the Warriors, the Clippers are going to be better, but I can easily see us winning 60 games. I think a lot of teams can win 60 games, but we're going to be right there at the number 1 seed again, I think. As long as we can keep Chris Paul healthy, because Ayton's going to be on a mission, bro. Ayton's going to be like, fuck, because he doesn't want to be on the Suns. And he saw that nobody wanted him until the Pacers were like, we'll give it a fuck, go. And so he's going to say, oh, I'm going to show the world that they do need me. And then he's going to get traded, hopefully.
That'd be awesome. But who the fuck's going $31 million for DeAndre Ayton? That's a lot of money.
If he comes out and it's him, Embiid, and Giannis as the MVP front runners for a while, if he raises his scoring, let's say it's 28 and 13 instead of 22 and 10, like they'll be like, okay, all right.
If we get playoff Ayton, he's worth 31 million, right?
If he can just stay switched on every game of the season, somebody would easily pay 31 million for him. It's just that they go, well, we're paying 31 million for what, 55 games, and then the other 27 we would be paying maybe 14 million if we had our choice. So can we prorate those?
And he's gonna have a huge test coming out too, because Christian Wood is Bobby Portis on steroids, and we saw what happened in the finals.
Fuck Christian Wood. He's not gonna know what he's doing yet.
DeAndre Ayton allowed Bobby Portis to be a household name.
Yeah, and Christian Wood allowed the Rockets to win 8 games or whatever the fuck they won. So,
bro, Christian Wood was a fantasy beast, though, dude.
Yeah, he was.
Like at the beginning of the season, being able to pick him up for like $3,500 on FanDuel was a fucking clutch.
For sure. All right, so let's move on and let's talk a little bit about football since basketball is so far away. Football is right here. I promised that we would talk about it, and I'm very happy. It's not even worth talking about except for the fact that you guys made him look stupid. Deshaun Watson did get to play, and he went, what, like 1 for 6 or some shit? I don't even know what he did, but it was bad.
1 for 7, 3 yards.
1 for 7.
I can't. It's on my phone. The 3 drives where the ones were on the field, ones versus ones, offense versus defense.
Mhm.
I think we held them to 3 yards total, -2 yards rushing, like 7 yards passing, like just some atrocious shit. 3 and outs, I think. Our defense looks solid. Like I'm really excited for what we're able to do. We don't have that much depth. Excuse me, at this point in time, that coffee and Mick Ultra mix is not working out too well. But but our defense just looks insane. We have good depth at the defensive line position, but once we get to our like second team linebackers and defensive backs, it starts to fall off a little bit. But I'm excited for what we're able to do because most of the time it's going to be your dogs out there in nitty gritty time. So if we can get our offense together and get moving, Trevor Lawrence looked good. We looked good for the most part. ETN looked amazing. So I'm excited, but it was a good test. The Browns on paper with Deshaun Watson on the field looked like an electric offense. So to hold them to what we did was outstanding. And on the other side of the ball, they look like they have a shutdown defense, and we were able to get some production. And if you have ever watched the Jaguars, early in games, production isn't something we do. In the AFC Championship, when we went and scored back-to-back touchdowns, it was like, holy fuck, this is a season from heaven because that just doesn't happen. It seems like we either finally just break a nice run game, but yeah, no. When we start, it starts off sluggish. It starts off slow. So for the first team to come out and get a touchdown, it was really cool to see. I'm
Well,
excited.
we had the exact perfect game for me, and I'm saying that as a team that's
Yeah, you
0-1
did.
right now, but I am extremely happy with how it happened, like literally how it happened, because all of our rookies got a chance to play, and they all made a lot of bad, stupid mistakes. And this is where you want that shit to happen. This is where you want, like, Kyle Trask got sacked one time, and I swear he might have had like 0.7 seconds to throw it. He barely even had the snap up, and he was getting run over. And I was like, that's good shit, because we needed to see what we could do. And then our kicker, Jose Borregales, the superstar kicker from Miami, blah, 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 he made like a 55-yarder that looked like it could have gone 75. And they say he can kick 75. That's why I say that. I don't know that he can. But it blasted through. And then he had a chance to win. He got to feel what the NFL pressure is kind of like. He missed it. It sucked. It sucks to lose. But if you're going to miss in the first week of the preseason, understand the pressure, figure it out. He had the crowd going after him. He missed the kick. He got the icing timeout. Like, everything worked perfectly. I don't want that to happen in week 1 of the season. I'd rather it happen in week 1 of the preseason. So for him to get that taste right off rip, I was extremely excited about it. And to show, like, without Brady, Evans, Godwin, Russell Gage, Julio, all those guys, we can still play a good organized football. Todd Bowles didn't screw it up. So it's exciting.
Yeah, and that is what you like to see. I mean, you still don't have Tom Brady out there, but on both sides for us on offense, it had to be really exciting to see because like we both know on the offensive end we both have experience in the coaching staff, and
Yeah.
we are seeing maybe a fifth of what we're going to see in week 1, and even still the installments down in the 35 to 20 isn't anywhere. We're seeing like a tenth of that.
Yeah.
So it's got to be really exciting. And like you said, no Evans, no Godwin for us, no really Zay Jones, no Christian Kirk, still no James Robinson. So when like I feel like I don't know this for sure, but I feel like we're going to see a lot of Robinson and Etienne on the field at the same time because
Mm.
both of those cats you can put in the slot. So to have one in the slot, one in the backfield, just the shit you can do off of that with the sweeps, the options. Trevor Lawrence has some fucking skates on him. He can scoot as well. So I'm really excited. Christian Kirk's fast as shit. Zay Jones isn't no slouch with the speed. So yeah, I'm really excited. Just like you are. Like it's not even like the book is barely cracked, and it seems like our offenses are set up to do some damn good. You're getting used to it. For me, it's really exciting to see. But yeah, man, we both have some pretty damn good matchups coming up this week
Yeah.
too. I mean, y'all play Tennessee, we play Steelers. Game 2 isn't the known as the
The one where the boys play.
yeah, but nowadays we have 3 games. For the most part, there isn't a warm up, but if there is for most of these teams, it's week 2. So this is going to be where we really see defensively and offensively for both these teams. You guys got to go against Derrick Henry and
Yeah.
a huge. Did it? There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
and a huge defensive line. So we're going to see if that line, who didn't look that good,
Yeah.
took a big drop off when Trask was in. If they're able to keep up, and with us, just the pressure of playing the Steelers at home is always fun. It's usually low scoring, so we're going to see. We know a lot about each other, so it's going to be a fun
Yeah.
weekend for both of us again. And like you said, football's here, and preseason week 2 usually isn't anything, but this is going to be a great
Right.
fucking test for both of us.
Yeah, we're still not going to risk Brady because, like you said, that defensive line that sacked Joe Burrow 11 times or whatever it was, we're not going to let Brady have any sort of risk of that while we're still trying to get people situated. And because we don't even know who's playing like left tackle really and stuff like that. So he's not going to be in. So even if we don't get off rip, which actually last game we did, Blaine Gabbert looked amazing, which part of me hates, but it's like, whatever. I know he's not going to be any sort of star, and he's apparently really smart. So with him, Byron Leftwich, and Tom Brady, we are really getting Kyle Trask the grooming that we want. Is grooming still allowed to be said, or has that got so much negative connotation now you can't say it? All right. Anyway, so we're able to
You can
groom
say
him into what
grooming.
we
You
want.
can't say you're massaging him into the quarterback you want him to be. I think that's bad.
So that is really exciting. But one person that is not excited, and it makes me excited, is Aaron Rodgers. Did you see him going off on his wide receiver core, talking about how way too many drops, they aren't running routes right, that just he made them sound like it was the first day of high school and they're trying out for the freshman team, and it made me laugh. And I know it's just Aaron doing Aaron things, and he wants to light a fire and get people to understand that this is the NFL and you got to play
Yeah.
better. But you can tell there was some seriousness to it where he was like, "Fuck, I don't have
Oh,
1-7 out there."
yeah, absolutely. And I think in his interview that he was talking about his ayahuasca and all this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
that he was very supportive and like really like lifting up the young guys that they had out there, and felt like that they really had the chance to be great. And Aaron Rodgers, he's a very peaceful, nonchalant guy, and I don't see him getting to know him personally. After like just seeing him on the McAfee show, I don't see him as like somebody who's going to waste his breath, and he knows how big of a microscope he has in the media, and if he was to do something like just the way it has gone is how he knows it would go. So I think it comes from the heart. Like you said, he was definitely serious about it, and I believe it comes from a place where he feels like there's improvement that can be done, and he wants it to fucking tighten up. There's 3 weeks now until opening day. Not even 4. Yeah, 3 weeks. It seems like 23 days,
Yeah,
22 days, 22 days. 3 weeks from when this comes out.
right.
but but yeah, so there's 3 weeks until the season starts. It's time to tighten the ship up. And I know you guys are young, but like this is what we fucking have. I can't sit here and feed Lazard all fucking game.
Right.
Tunyon can't be a guy that I just see all the fucking time. Like this is how we've sustained success, and we need to get there. Like he's always had a Jordy Nelson. He's always had a 1-7. He's always had these guys. Lazard out of nowhere, and Town to just have one, and like all these. Randall Cobb with like he's always had these guys and backup names that would come to fruition, and we're going to have one this year. It's just not going to happen if what's happening on this practice field happens. Like so, he knows with what he's able to do, there's going to be a guy that comes out of this, right? A couple
Yeah.
of years ago, whenever Randall Cobb left, it was Adam Lazard. Randall Cobb comes back, and it's still Adam Lazard. So there's a lot to be said about what Aaron Rodgers is able to do for these young guys, and I think it puts a lot of what am I trying to say? I don't know. I can't find the word. I'm trying to catch it. Like a lot of they know they got to get it done. Damn
Urgency?
it. No. When you're I can't catch it, man. I can't catch it. But
Yeah.
anyways, they know there's a job to be done. It puts a lot of stress on them. That's not the word I'm looking for. It's not discipline. Damn it. Anyways, yeah, they know the job they got to get done, and I feel like it puts a sense of urgency, like you said as well. That is a good word. Like, yo, let's get it done. And I don't think it was as Aaron Rodgers is an asshole, which you kind of see it and you love to see.
Yeah.
But no, I
It
think it
wasn't
comes
Jay
from
Cutler out there like talking shit to his guys.
yeah, no, and from the I haven't seen if there's videos out there. I haven't seen them, but from the headlines I've seen and how the wide receivers and quarterbacks came together afterwards, it didn't fall on deaf ears. And
Right.
the media is always going to hype shit up when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, but at the same time, you see that he's still hungry, right? 2 MVPs isn't enough. He wants to go to a fucking Super Bowl. He's sick of seeing NFC Championship games and going home. He wants to play in the cold for a fucking reason.
Yeah, I mean, home at Lambeau is where it's at. And I can tell you though that my fantasy team has had Sammy Watkins on it whenever he was in Buffalo for a really young Sammy Watkins. I went back to the well, got Sammy Watkins when he was in KC. He didn't really do it for me, but I'm going back again, and I'm going to get Sammy Watkins again, and I'm hoping that he's a breakout star for me in fantasy. He's on my radar, at least obviously if somebody steals him. But like you said, Aaron has to find somebody, right?
Yeah.
And Lazard is going to go too high. People are going to reach. Randall Cobb is just too old. I don't think it's going to be him. So Sammy should be able to fall to that right spot, and I think he
There's
might be the guy.
so
So
but this is a year, right? It seems like in fantasy, we can touch on this a little bit at the right receiver position. There's so many guys that it has like when you look at the Colts,
yeah,
there's going to be so many dudes this because with Matt Ryan, they sling it. Even with Jonathan Taylor, they're still going to sling it. Hines,
Naheem
uh,
Hines.
Naheem Hines. He's getting a lot of fantasy love for PPR leagues because of the fact that they're going to sling the rock a lot. And like Ali Cox, fucking 6'6". Another, I forget the other kid's name. He's another tight end, 6'5". One of their wide receivers, 6'2", 230 pounds. Like they got some guys on that team that can really, really get it done. And again, showing love to another fucking show, the McAfee show. They were at the Lions Colts joint practice, and at the beginning they were doing like 7-on-7 drills, 1-on-1 drills with the quarterbacks and wide receivers going against the cornerbacks and safeties, and it just seemed like the ball did not touch the ground
Mm.
whenever the Colts were on offense, and it and the others and Nick Foles threw like 3 interceptions during those drills. But it was either a Nick Foles interception or a fucking dime by Matt Ryan. It was cool to see, and like all around the league, you have on the Packers. It seems like in Jacksonville, not even just being a hometown fan, like Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, like there's a lot of fantasy guys that can really help a team out and get 6, 7 touchdowns and 1,000 yards, and it's guys that really are on people's radars that you're going to look on draft day and be like, why the fuck is he in the top 30 list? What the hell? I
Yeah.
thought I was smart. But yeah, man, it seems like there's a lot of love going around for these guys who aren't the big 5,
Mm.
6 guys. It just seems like one of those years that we all know what the league is getting to, and it's going to be wide open, and there's going to be a lot of love to go around this year. I'm excited for it.
Well, Sammy's gonna drop to me, and I'm ready for it. So we're getting close to getting out of
Shit,
here, but
I'm just going to
before,
pick him up in the 3rd round in our draft just because now.
yeah, if you want him in the third round, you can have. um, no, I'm open for way later than that. But before we get out of here, let's talk real quick about baseball. It's starting to get a little tighter, and I don't care about the whole league. It's great that the Yankees suck now. It's great that the Dodgers got to 80 wins, that they're doing their thing. But Walker Buehler had to get surgery. He's done for the year. Now, obviously, the rich are rich for a reason, and it's because we have a stacked squad. But if there was a pitcher that would hurt us, I know Tony Gonsolin's trying for the Cy Young. I know that Urias has like a .4 ERA after All-Star break, and Kershaw's always injured and doing whatever he's doing. But if there's somebody I don't want to lose, it's Walker Buehler. So, am I wrong in being concerned for the Dodgers with Walker Buehler going down?
Absolutely not. When I was unfortunately the one to break the news to you, I told you like that's a big gut punch for the playoffs. Just looking forward, like that's a gimme guy, right? If he's on
Yeah,
the mound, it takes one. Like,
yeah.
guys, just give me one. Like, that's all I ask for. Just give me one. It doesn't matter, and especially the way the Dodgers are in the playoffs, you could see that man at any point in time.
He's the short
At
rest. I need you right now. Let's get you back out there
Yeah,
kind of guy.
at any point in time, could make 5 appearances in a 7-game series.
Yeah.
Just and that's the biggest gut punch you guys could take, I feel like, in the bullpen. And it sucks. Like you said, you guys are still stacked, but if there's one guy, it's the fucking Swiss Army guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks, but luckily our offense seems to be able to not get shut out. And I know that when the Dodgers get to the playoffs, they tend to figure out how to start striking out every 2 seconds. But our team looks good. Bellinger is starting to hit a little better, and he was really our only weak link. The reason we keep him out there is because he's the best defensive player that we have. But he was the only weak link. Mookie is an MVP every single year. Freddie Freeman is up in the MVP thing now. Um, we have people across the board. Trey Turner is. I get like just amazed every game that I watch Trey Turner play because honestly, you could tell me he has a 200 game hit streak, and aside from understanding what that would actually mean, I'd just be like, well, okay, I believe it. Like he always gets on base. It's crazy, and like we're set to be fine. But when you get into the nitty gritty and you need a pitcher for a third time in a 7-game series, we don't have it. And I'm scared of Gonsolin just for the sheer fact that this is the only season in his entire career he's been ace, you know? So,
Yeah.
yeah, he's going to be our ace, but do I really want him pitching against Jacob deGrom like in game 7? No, I don't. I'd rather have Walker Buehler. So I'm a little nervous, but
Yeah.
it's really just for the Mets. That's the only team I'm super nervous about just because of
Yeah,
the
man,
deGrom Scherzer matchup.
they are fucking lethal. But yeah, I'm loving this, man. The Yankees are fucking atrocious. We
Yeah.
made them look silly. Uh, First game of our series came back in classic fashion
Yeah.
to beat them. Did what we did all the time this season, lost 3-2, and then in game 3 on Sunday just smacked their asses. We're pitching perfect through 4.5. I think four and a third, 4 2/3. Um, it was 4.5. I'm an idiot, but
The
yeah, it
Rays
was.
went perfect into the ninth inning against him.
Yeah, and
Just
we just beat the Pirates 8-3. Uh, yeah, it's looking good for us. It's looking really good. Article here because we know this year the MLB joined the other leagues and just letting everybody in their fucking
right.
and their brother's team into a playoff picture. So yeah, the Red Sox are slowly climbing into a playoff fucking
You
picture,
guys are
man.
last in your division and you're 4 games
It's
out of the playoffs.
it's
It's so
it's ins-
stupid.
it's absolutely insane. But I mean, yeah, the way our schedule's always set up, where I think we finish. I don't see it here, but it just always happens. Like 3 of our last 5 series is usually Royals, Rays, or Royals, Orioles, Rays, Yankees. So we definitely have some time to climb. And yeah, our pitching's been fine for the most part. It just seems like we keep losing either 2-1, 3-2, or we have these games when we fucking what was that stupid ass game against the Royals? 13-5. And we all
Yeah.
know the historic fucking ass whooping we got against by the fucking Blue Jays. But that shit just it seems to be slowing down in the last week and a half, and we're containing these guys to 5 runs. But yeah, our offense seems to always be able to put some points on the board, some runs on the board.
Yeah, it would you be more excited about making the playoffs or just get it over with? Like, because if you
No,
face the Astros, you're gonna get rolled.
I mean, I learned from last year. I mean, we ended up getting Trevor Story after
True.
last year. We had Holzner almost not let one of the biggest trades happen in recent history because he didn't want to go to a team and he decided I'll go to Boston. So and I don't feel like that happens if we don't have the run we had last year, if we don't have the championship we had in 18, both of which were magical. And if we're able to do what we've fucking done all season and close out the year, to be able to get to the playoffs. I just think that adds to Alex Core's like, this is what I'm trying to do. Let's keep it going. We're getting there. We're a couple pieces off. We keep doing this. People are going to want to be those couple pieces, and let's do it. And I can appreciate that. Baseball is a lot different than basketball and football and American sports. And if we don't make the playoffs, if we do make the playoffs, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't help in the
That's
drafts.
true.
It's
That's very
it doesn't mean shit. All it means is that we're trying to win. We're trying to get it done. If you come here, you're going to be a piece of a world championship team.
true. Right. That's true. It's very different. Losing in baseball serves no purpose whatsoever except
And to
saving money.
literally, like, if we were able to go to the playoffs 2 years in a row unexpectedly, like, that's hard as fuck to do in baseball. I mean, they're trying to make it easy nowadays, but historically, it's really hard to have all the cards against you and you just be able to get it done by a couple guys in the bullpen and 4 or 5 guys that you banked on in the box and still not fucking paying them.
Right.
But we didn't trade them. We didn't trade them.
Well, my girls are only down 4 with like 6 minutes to go, so let's get out of here. Do you have anything else to talk about before we head out?
Not really. My son's a gangster. He had to spend over 24 hours in a hospital bed and was a trooper. Cried a little bit, got medicine, stopped crying. Was a dinosaur in the bed. Was a beast. He did the damn thing. That boy's a stud. He's a trooper. I'm happy he's home. He's in bed, hopefully, probably sleeping, probably not, probably roaring, acting like a dinosaur. But yeah, I'm really excited he's home. We had to spend the night in the hospital. Nothing scary, just not able to keep anything down, throwing stuff up. And
But everything's scary when you're 3.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not one to eat a lot and drink a lot. And so we know that's bad. We try to give him vitamins and stuff, but at the end of the day, he needs electrolytes and stuff. So for him to, at the same time, not be able to hold down the little bit he does, definitely needed to get him to the hospital and get fluids. And that's what the main concern was his electrolytes. And they said his white blood cell count was up, and I asked them about it before they released him, and they said it was a lot better. So I don't know if there's some kind of infection because even a non-doctor knows white blood cell counts means it's fighting something.
Right, it's fighting something. Yeah.
Yeah, so got to check up on Friday. Going to go see. I'm gonna ask them. I hate to see it. I do not like him getting poked because he cries, and I see blood, and that's my kid, and it really pisses me off. Just deep down inside, it's hard to control. I mean, I control it. I don't knock any nurses or anybody out. I don't cuss at them. I'm just there. But the blood pressure gets up a little bit. The heart pumps. But yeah, we're going on Friday, and I'm gonna ask them to do some blood work and see about his white blood cell counts because that's something that I would like to know about it, not just keep off. And then in a week and a half, like, oh, he's puking up shit again, and
right,
we're in the same boat, and his white blood cell count, blase, blase. But yeah, he was a huge trooper. Since he's 3, they put the thing in his hand, and they had to wrap it up so he wouldn't touch it. Yeah, and after a couple hours, he just chilled. He knew he wasn't able to do anything with it. He would use his little fingers to kind of move around, but yeah, whenever I picked him up, he was high-fiving with it and moving it all around.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a shit. So yeah, when life gets you down, when your body tries to break you down, be like Junior. Be a stud, not a scrub.